say ain't no good, and I'm crazy as a loon. Cause I shave my head in the morning, pick guitar in the afternoon. Just like old Chief and Charlie, I like to lay around in the shade. Well, I ain't got no money, but you better believe I got it made. Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, just leave this bald-headed country boy alone.
What's up, folks? Thank y'all for tuning to the Josh Terry Podcast. Before we get kicked off, I want to thank all of our sponsors. Blazer 88, Project K9 Hero, Lori's Dive-In, 601 Roofing King, Blue Collar Alliance, DYH, Down Yonder Hat Co., my boy Seth, Cotton Field Grill, Cashman's Pub, Better Than Basic Marketing, Middle Georgia Total Health, Nobles Dirt Works, Nobles Networking, Mischief Media, Yankee Paradise South, and Web Space Today. I think we got some more joining us by the end of today, but that's all we got right now, and I think that's plenty. But I want to thank each and every one of you guys. You can find every one of their links on my Facebook and on our website. Please go check them all out today. Now let's get on with the show. So I'm going to go ahead and address the elephant in the room. If you guys couldn't tell, we didn't drop a lot of episodes this summer. That was my fault. I know there's a couple times I came on here and I said, hey, we're getting fired back up. And I just wasn't ready. I just was not ready. There's a couple episodes that I should take down, to be real with you guys. And I just can't do it. Just for the simple fact that I have said from the very beginning over the past 8 years that I believe that if I'm going to work in social media and I'm going to live in the public eye, that I'm supposed to be transparent. That it is supposed to be where you're supposed to see me on my good days, my bad days. That you're supposed to understand that, shit, dude, that I'm going to have ups and downs because I want to identify with you guys. I don't want to make myself look like I'm better than I am. I want y'all to identify with me. I want there to be times that you hear me and you call me on my bullshit or know that I'm going through some shit. And it's where you're like, damn, I know he's going through something. And, man, I was. Everybody knows because it's been documented clearly by my stupid ass that I went through a breakup. And I let that breakup get the best of me. And looking back at it, I've said this so much now, it's literally the best thing that's happened to me. As of today, I've lost over 40 pounds. I have gained so much faith. I have gained so much clarity when it comes to mental health. Dude, I'm not a different person yet. That just would be I'm not healed. I'm healing. I'm just becoming the person that I want to be. And it took something that I thought really was going to fuck me up. Something that was really going to devastate me. Something that really brought me to my knees. But let's be real. I needed to be brought to my knees. I needed to be humbled. I needed there not to be another way. If that makes sense to any of y'all. I needed to be brought to my knees and be put to where, I know this is going to sound morbid, I needed there to be either the grave or God. And I got put in a situation to where it was the grave or God for me. And I don't want anybody to think that I'm exaggerating when I say that. My life had to change. I didn't realize how miserable I was. And this was even before the breakup. I was masking so many insecurities. I was masking so much trauma and masking so much, just there's so many things I was not happy with myself. I don't know how many times you guys have heard in the past several years is like how happy I've been with my physical, like unhappy I've been with my physical appearance and my weight. You know, I can't tell you how many times since that Luke Combs interview with Joe Rogan that I've sat here and I've quoted him saying that when he says it'll be the biggest failure of his life if he doesn't get his weight under control. Like what that made me cry. That broke my heart when I heard him say it, because that's me. That's always been me. I've always been the fat kid. I've always been 50, 60, 70 pounds bigger than the rest of my friends. I've never felt skinny. I've always felt horrible about myself compared to them. Even on the days that I was like, damn, I look good, I'd see a buddy and I'd be like, man, I don't look that good. I don't feel that good about myself. And it was a huge, huge insecurity for me. And like lately I'm still not where I want to be, but other day I put on a pair of 34 waist breeches or whatever you want to call them. And I have not wore those since high school. And I was like, shit, let's go. That made me feel really good. And exercising and everything the way I've been doing, I've just been busting my ass. And the only thing I'm taking, like I'm taking some supplements and stuff from 5 Star Nutrition, but anybody can go get that shit. The only other thing I'm taking is I'm taking Adipex for appetite suppressant in the morning, but I'm actually taking it like I'm supposed to. I quit taking Adderall. I was abusing the shit out of that. But, man, I just feel better about myself. And, you know, for that first month after that breakup, I literally lost my mind. I was abusing shit that I shouldn't have abused. I was drinking like a fucking fish. I turned to everything that I shouldn't turn to. Everything. And then I hit rock bottom. I had to call my family one night, Gracie and her mother, and I was like, look, I don't know. I think I'm finna lose my shit. I almost thought I was probably gonna be committed, to be real with you. I was so heartbroken. I was just so lost. I just thought I had to do something else. I was lying. I was just being a moron. I wasn't living in the real world. And if you go back and listen to some of the episodes, I kind of tell you where I had a moment of clarity. Like the next day afterwards, somebody told me that something I had said on the show had kind of saved their life, and it had made me reevaluate mine, and that kind of did it for me, and it made me want to do something different. So then I just started walking. I just started walking, and I wanted to exercise. And over the past 2 months, dude, I've lost a lot of weight, and I started off by listening to music, and then it went from music to sermons. And now I don't just ride around in my truck anymore listening to music. It's a lot of sermons. And I don't know, I'm finding God a different way than I ever have before. And he's finding me, which you can't really say that, because one of the things I'm discovering is he can't find you if he never left you. And I'm just rediscovering my life. And that's one of the things that, like, I want to talk to you guys about on this episode is it's kind of a joke between me and Gracie right now is I've been joking around calling myself this guru. And it's just a joke. I don't think I'm a guru or anything like that, and I'm not ever going to think I'm a guru. But I've been calling myself like this Barstool guru, to where like I'm trying to talk more openly about my faith. I've told y'all for the longest time, I believe that I survived a suicide attempt back in 2010, so I could talk to people about suicide, and I could talk to people about mental health. I believe that I went through that so I could take the taboo out of it, that I could help people with their mental health. Even though I struggle with it so much, it's really easy for me to talk to people about it, even though, like I said, I struggle with it. Sometimes it's easy for us to teach but not learn, you know? And anyway, so like not only do I feel like I can talk to people about mental health now, I feel like I can talk to people about weight loss a little bit now. I feel like I can talk to people about faith a little bit more than I used to could now. So I feel like I'm just weight loss, spiritual, guru, mental health guru now. So I'm the Barstool guru in my own head now. And it's just funny to me because I really don't think that I am. I just think that all of us have the capability of helping others with the stuff that we've been through. And I just want people to start using their trauma and using the bad things in their life to help others. I just want people to start focusing on the bad stuff. Like, I know that sounds stupid, but okay, I got a friend. He's a dude that I grew up with. And a couple years ago, he told me this story about how when he was a kid, he was molested. And when he was molested, it was by a family member. And it took him forever to get over it. It took him forever to get over it. And when he finally got over it, he realized that, he was letting every relationship, everything that he had ever gone through after that, he was letting how he was molested as a kid. He was letting that one situation in his life determine the outcome of every situation moving forward. And the other day, and I haven't talked to this guy in a long time, to be real with you guys, but for some reason that came up the other day when I was thinking about something. And it was, why do we let the bad shit in our life affect the potential good shit? Why do we let stuff that was so negative and just destroyed us have effect on what could be great moments in our life? There's no guarantee that the next person in your life is going to hurt you the way that somebody else did. Why do we let that happen? Why do we allow that shit to still take hold of us? Now, yeah, is it in the back of our mind? Yeah. I get it. It's probably going to be. But that's where support systems and therapy and all that other stuff comes into play. That stuff only still has a hold on you if you allow it to have a hold on you. I just don't want any of the bad shit in my life to still have a hold on me. There's times that I sit here and I think about, and I hate to harp on this because it's just the most recent thing in my life, so that's why I'm harping on it. But there's probably several other people that I could take this as an example to. But my ex, she saw shit that I couldn't see about me because she was on the outside looking in to where I didn't notice it. But I'm sure there were ex-girlfriends, I'm sure there were friends that saw shit, and she just was vocal about it to where she spoke up about it because she cared enough too. And she didn't want me holding on to the stuff no more. She wanted me coming to terms with it. She didn't want me to keep doing it to myself. And people that really care about you don't want you to keep doing it to yourself. There's a way that we all can come to terms with our shit, but we have to want to. I don't think for the longest time that I wanted to come to terms with my stuff. See, I think I wanted to hold on to my shit because it gave me an excuse to act the way that I wanted to. So, let me give you an example. Growing up, drinking and substance abuse was normalized to me, right? So, I could always say, oh, my dad was an alcoholic, so I drink the way I do, right? That was normalized to me. That's not normal to the rest of the world. It shouldn't have been normalized to me. But I made it okay to me, and I shouldn't have ever done that. And there's other things that I made normal to me that I shouldn't have. But I made it to where in my mind that it was okay for me to do it. And I made it to where it was like, oh, yeah, I'm justifying my actions because I've normalized it to me. To where everybody else is like, this isn't okay. Like, you're literally killing yourself, dude. You just don't realize it. You're dying a slow death. And you just don't get it. I think, and I'm still not going to change my opinion of them being just my favorite artist, but Keith Whitley and George Jones. We've had Georgette and we've had Jesse Whitley on the show. Keith's son and George's daughter. And they tell you a different perspective to where I idolize those guys as being the greatest musicians of all times. And I love the war stories about them and just how crazy and how much fun they were. But they are sad because they're gone. And they're sad because, damn, they could have been different. That was dad to them. And, like, I'm starting to look at shit from a different perspective is the thing. And it's where I don't want to be that story. I want to have a long, healthy life. And I just didn't come to terms with that until recently. Like, you can still have fun. Like, I'm still going to drink. But I'm not going to do it the way I was. Over the past 2 months, I've limited myself to drinking till about once a week. If I have drank twice a week, which has been rare, instead of me drinking a fifth of Crown or Buffalo Trace and then shots of tequila or whatever it's been, I've probably drank 6-7 beers and a shot or two. I'm not trying to get blacked out drunk. I'm trying to be a social drinker. Have a couple drinks and a good time. I'm not trying to, when I was that first month after my breakup, I shit you not, like, I'll be real with y'all. There was, like I said, I'll say substance abuse or some stuff I won't say that I unfortunately did for the first time, some shit, but I was literally popping pills and drinking like a fish, and I was taking stuff to stay awake, and I'm telling you, like, I was just an animal. But, like, in my mind, I'm like, this is what you do. Like, that's how crazy I was at the time. It's like, this is what you do. And when I got on the other side of that and I realized this is not what you do, you hit your knees. You hit your knees. And it ain't because you're throwing up out a damn toilet bowl. You hit your knees because you're broken. You hit your knees because you need God. You don't hit your knees because you can't stand anymore. Like, well, you technically do because you can't stand anymore, but it's because God is telling you can't stand anymore, not because you're too drunk to stand. Like, I just couldn't do it anymore. I don't want to do it anymore. I can't sit here and tell y'all that, y'all have heard me say time and time again, I'm a Christian, I'm just not the best Christian. And I don't want to say that anymore. I don't want to say that. I still want to be me. I still think the good Lord made me a certain way. If he ever comes down and tells me different or shows me different, then I'll believe it. But even like last weekend, I went to go see a buddy play at a bar, and I'm still going to do those things. Like, that's still my life. That's still the industry I work in, but I have to do it in a responsible and different way. There was a guy that came up to me, and we were talking, and we got to talking about God, and it just seems like that happens to me in a very weird way. Like, it happens to me all the time that somehow I get to talking about God or I get to talking about faith or whatever at a bar. I don't mind it for some reason. And then the next day, as I was walking the track and I was listening to sermons, I was listening to my guy, Keon Henderson. If y'all have not, it's either Henderson or Henderson. I think it's Henderson. If y'all have not listened to this dude has brought me so close to faith. Like, he is just a G. The way he explains stuff, I can't listen to no uppity-ass white preacher. I'm sorry. If you're somebody like squeaky clean preachers that ain't never been through shit, I can't listen to it. I got to listen to somebody that's been through some shit to connect with me. And the way that this dude explains everything, he just explains it in a way that just, God, I get it. I get it. And he's been through some shit. Like, he used to be a drug dealer and all kind of stuff. Like, the dude he explains it in a way that I get it. But he starts talking about how, like, Jesus used to hang out with, like, the prostitutes. He used to hang out with, like, the sinners. He used to hang out with the rough crowd. Like, that's the people he used to witness to and show, like, his faith and his love to. And not that I don't want to start going to church, because I do. I've said for the longest time I don't believe in organized religion. I do think I do want to start doing that, but I got to find the right one. I haven't done it yet. But like, I think that's like that's my route, you know? Like, I think that's just kind of who I want to be and how I want to go. But, like, man, it's just been a whirlwind for me. And I guess the point that I'm just trying to get across to you guys is there's more out there than what you're going through. Like, your problems aren't bigger than your prayers. And I know that sounds cliche, and I know it sounds stupid and all that kind of shit. But don't let your faith be determined, or your religious beliefs or whatever be determined by some small town religious view that you heard when you were a child, or by some asshole that offended you from church, or somebody that was ugly to you or touched you that then made a Facebook post about how much they love Jesus or whatever, or something like that. Because that's one thing that I see all the time on social media, or I've heard from even friends. Like, you don't do that. Don't do that. Because, like, with me, I was turned off of a lot of stuff for my own reasons for a long time. There was a guy, after I got out of a rehab detention center when I was 21 years old, that when I walked into church for the first time, he said some ugly stuff to me. And it made it to where I turned my back on everything. Like, I did. I know that I did. And I just really think over the past, I don't know, I want you to understand, I didn't have my first sip of alcohol. I didn't have sex. I didn't do anything until I was 18 years old. I was a pretty good kid until I was 18 years old. And then lust for women, which I still have lust for women. I ain't gonna lie to you. There's nothing more in this world that I want than a good woman. Like, never been married. Still to this day, that's all I want. Like, I know that is my reward at the end of the day when I get my shit together, because my shit still isn't together. I'm still working on it. I know that's what I get at the end of the day. That is my prize when I get to where I'm supposed to be. I know that's what I get. But, like, I just know that that's why I haven't found my shit yet, because I ain't got together. But it's also because, like, I know I turned my back. I know there's been a couple times, like, even this past year at New Year's, there was this moment that was a very special moment for me at New Year's. And I knew right then and there that I should have decided that I needed to change some shit in my life. I knew it. I said it out loud. I said it to two people that I care very much about, and then I went against it. The next day I acted like I never said it. Like, it's not like the good Lord hadn't told me a couple times, hey, it's time to slow down and change your life. Only difference is this time the good Lord was like, hey, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to treat you like a child. Came to you a couple times, dummy, and tried to talk to you like you's a big boy, but you ain't a big boy. You're clearly a moron. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take your favorite toy away. And since I'm taking your favorite toy away, maybe you'll learn this time. And that's what happened. That's what happened. And usually that's what happens to us when we're kids. You take my PlayStation away, all of a sudden I learned to clean my room. I learned to do my homework. I learned to do all that shit. You take the thing that I care about the most in this world away, and guess what? I listen. I learn. I figured it out this time that I can't do it by myself, that I cannot be the person that I want to be, that you need me to be, that my daughter needs me to be, that the world needs me to be by myself. Like I can't. Like that's not how it's going to be. And that's what I want you guys to understand. And we'll kind of end it here because, like I said, this was just supposed to be a short episode anyway, but I kind of wanted you guys to know why we haven't dropped a lot of episodes this month, or not this month, but this past summer. I had to get my shit together. I had to realize a lot of things. One thing I've also come to realize when it comes to relationships, if anybody's struggling with them, if you're not happy with yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically, you don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to be looking for a relationship. Because if you're not happy with yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, you're not going to find anybody that fits what you want to be. You're going to find somebody that fits a temporary need. You're not going to find something that's an everlasting thing. Get right with yourself first before you find something that you're trying to make last forever. Because if not, you're going to have to change for somebody. Like, at least if you're happy mentally, spiritually, and physically, then you don't have to go changing for anybody. Let's see. Also, too, like, I don't know. I can't stress this enough. Don't be scared to talk more about your faith and worship. We were put here to do that. A lot of things are going to be different on this show. We're still going to have the same kind of guests. We're still going to have the same kind of people and all that kind of stuff. But, like, man, I want people to give faith a chance. Like, I'm not a preacher. I don't want to be a preacher. That is not what God put me here for. But, like, I want you guys to understand, like, there's more out there. There's more out there. Just give faith a chance if you're not already. Let's see, what else do I got? There's a couple other things. I can't remember. We got another show coming up today. I just wanted to give y'all kind of a preview and tell y'all I'm sorry. I wanted to thank all the sponsors for everything all summer. Our numbers never declined all summer. This is what's crazy, too. I needed this break this summer for me and to better myself, to work on myself. I've never took the time to work on myself before, and I did this summer. Our numbers every month this summer went up without us dropping hardly any episodes. Our numbers went up every month this summer, and I do not know how. We're still a top 1% show in the world. Our numbers are still extremely high in Georgia as far as independent studios go. We're actually even getting higher in Nashville, which is insane to me. It's just crazy. I don't know how, but I'm very blessed and very happy, and it's just because of you guys. Like, you guys are the only reason why. I'm just very, very grateful. Also, please do me a favor. Last Friday, a song came out called "Whiskey Weather" by Cole Goodwin. It was an idea that I had that I sent Cole. Cole liked it enough. He wrote it. I'm a writer on it, and please go stream it, go download it, go to TikTok, make some videos and shit with it. It means a lot to me that Cole Goodwin did that. Please, 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 please go share the shit out of it. Please. Also, too, today, on Friday the 2nd, August the 2nd, sometime today, it's going to be late today, like 7, 8 o'clock tonight, one of our sponsors is giving $1,000 away to somebody. And all you got to do is go subscribe to the Josh Terry podcast, which you probably already have, and make sure you have got the last 100 episodes downloaded and leave a review. One of our sponsors came to us last week and said that they wanted to help people with school expenses, buying school clothes, school supplies, maybe helping a teacher out with stuff, all that kind of shit. And I was like, okay, cool. So we've been promoting it all week on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of shit. So please, 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 if you need some help, or if you know somebody that needs help, pay it forward. I really don't know what somebody's going to do with the money. So just lie to me and do whatever with it. I don't care. Just don't tell me that you didn't use it for good, I guess, if you do win it. But go do that today. You'll show up as a top listener on our website. Go check out our website, the JoshTerryPodcast.com. We've got some brand new T-shirts on there. Please go check them out. They are badass. See what else. I think that's it. Just thank y'all, dude. I can't tell y'all how much I appreciate you guys. I've been working my ass off. I've been growing in my faith. I've been working on myself mentally, and I really hope all of you guys are. If you're not, I would encourage you to. I was struggling so bad, and I didn't know it. I was putting on a smile every day, and I didn't even realize I was hiding some shit. I was hiding some shit from me. I was covering up so much bullshit. Please don't cover up no shit. Like, if you know that something's wrong or you feel like something's wrong, talk to somebody. Address it. Don't let it fester until it explodes. You're worth more than that. You're loved. You're appreciated. You're needed. Okay? And you're not alone. So, anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a great day. We've got some great episodes coming out for you this month. We're going to try to do 20 episodes in August to get back on track. So if you got anybody that you would like to hear on the show, please message us and let us know who you would like to hear. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for listening to the Josh Terry Podcast. And we are back, baby.